January 15th starts with that 889. Definitely a money bag right there. Great number to stick with. Next is that 674. Excellent. 341. 790. 570. Great number, and pay attention to both of those numbers. That 570 right there. You can also get a 570 of that number as well. Alright, you mirror that 0, that's a 5. You keep your 7. That 9, you go 1 up. That's how you get your 0. So those numbers, they definitely play off each other. So pay attention to that. Next is that 569065. Great number. Pay attention to both of those numbers. Next is that 721897 Great number to stick with. 066, that's a money bag right there. Great number to stick with as well. 025, excellent. 890, that's a super hot number. 145653, great number, and pay attention to both of those numbers as well. That 145 right there, you can also get a 145 of that number. So definitely pay attention to both of those numbers. Next is that 87837. That's a super hot number. 974324, great number. And pay attention to those 3 sets of numbers. That number, that number, and that number. That 324 right there. You can also get a 324 of that number. And you can also get 324 of that number. So definitely pay attention to those numbers. Alright. If that 324 already come out in your state, then you might want to be on the lookout for that number or that number. If that 837 already come out, then just keep it simple. You might want to be on the lookout for that number or that number. So yeah, definitely pay attention to those 3 sets of numbers right there. Next is that 366745, great number. 564624, great number as well. And pay attention to those numbers as well. Alright, yep. As y'all can see, pay attention. So if that 564 already comes out, then you might want to be on the lookout for that number, or that number. And if, let's say, 346 already comes out, then you might want to be on the lookout for that 745. Alright, you see how you can get a 745 of that number. So yeah, so these numbers, definitely pay attention. And pick 4, I'm definitely liking that 5799, great number right there. And 1921, great number. 36166897. 7376, great number. 5645, another great number as well. Alright, and the triples, I'm liking 000s and the 555s, and you can play them as doubles. You can play 005 and 550. And you can also play triple nines and the triple fours, and you can play them as doubles. You can play 449 and 994. Bless of luck on those numbers. Let's continue. January 16th starts with that 829. Excellent number. 031 924. Great number. And pay attention to those three sets of numbers. That 924. You can also get 924 of that number. And you can also get 924 of that number. And if you want to look at it 829, if you want to look at it that way, 829, you can also get 829 of that number. And you can also get 829 of that number as well. So bless of luck on those numbers. Next is that 632. I'm definitely liking that number. 818, that's a money bag right there. Great number to stick with. 343, super hot number. 083, that's a money bag. 885, 909, great number. And pay attention to those three sets of numbers as well. Alright, that 885, you can also get 885 of that number and 885 of that number as well. So bless of luck. Alright, next is that 852, great number. 108, another great number. Pay attention to those numbers as well. Next is that 781, 003, super hot number right there. 437, excellent. 521, that's a super hot number. 317, 882, that's a super hot number. And pay attention to both of those numbers, that 317 and that 882. Alright, next is that 049, 608, 701. That number looks very promising. 029, excellent. 195, great number. Pick 4. 3997, I'm definitely liking that number. Yep, 6679, great number as well. 0923, 3023, 8565, great number. 1845, great number as well. Yep, those numbers are definitely some great numbers. Alright, yep, pay attention to those pick 4 numbers right there. Yep, you think those numbers wouldn't come out in your state, then you would be wrong. You would be surprised to see a few of these numbers jump out in your state. Yep. So bless of luck on those numbers. Triples, you can play 222 and 777, and you can play them as doubles. You can play 277 and 227, and you can also play 38. My bad. I'm also liking triple eights and triple threes as well, and you can play them as doubles. You can play 383 and 838. Alright, so bless of luck on those numbers. That's it for now. Until next time, be safe, y'all. Bless.